Huh, should ask you this too. Live from Long Island, New York. We are back, baby. It is the first day of summer. It's warm outside. I see Agnes has got her strapless on. I'm wearing my Hawaiian. I hope everybody is out there staying hydrated, getting cool, but also enjoying the sun. It's the perfect time for what, Agnes? What is it the perfect time for?
Well, it's a wedding season, wide
Yeah.
open. So if you don't have this right person for in your life yet, so it's a good time to start looking for it. Start hunting. Hunting season is open for the Mr. and Mrs. Right.
Yeah, love is in the air. Whenever the sun comes out, I feel like that is what happens, right? We've gotten over the rainy part of spring. We're now, yeah, we'll have some thunderstorms every now and then, but for the most part, it's going to be really hot and humid and hot in many ways. You can take that any way you want. But yeah, you start looking around like you definitely are going to see some people now because people stay locked away all winter and get buff or get cute, svelte, specifically for this time of the year. Yeah.
Or you can see a lot of a person because you're wearing less clothing. You're getting like I don't see
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
fall and a winter time as a sexy time. Spring and summer, it's more sexy. You feel happier. You are more
Yes.
energetic. You're showing more of your wardrobe or less of your wardrobe and and more of
Okay.
yourself. It's more attractive season. Definitely it's more attractive season, so it's a good time to draw somebody's attention or look for someone. Plus, there is more things happening, more outing, more fun stuff where you can attend. And if you are on the market, so either you put yourself on the market or if you're looking for someone, so that's more places to go to, some outings or going to beach, going to parties, going to barbecues. There's a lot of different ways to find that person.
Exactly. Exactly. And I would think that if you're see, here's the thing: if you're looking, and that's how you get it started. I guess that has to be the way it gets started, right? Agnes, I mean, you have to be physically attracted to them first in some sort of way, right? Even though I have heard people say they weren't physically attracted to that particular person until later on. But I think that, especially for men, that is not necessarily a thing. I think a lot of men, when they're looking for Mrs. Right, they're they're literally looking first, and then later on they get into how they feel or who that person is. But do you have some tips for what we should be doing when we're looking for when she is looking for Mr. Right?
Well, there are different ways. Now, first we have to address that, like, yes, physical attraction usually comes first.
Mm,
And a lot of times when you engage in a conversation, that's when is a moment when you're going to decide if that person is worthy of your time, and if you have something in common, if that person can carry conversation, or they just look pretty and they should just stay there, look pretty, and do not speak. um, I you're laughing, but that I experienced that in myself in a youth. It's like, okay, just look right here, stay looking pretty, but please do not talk. So yes, our physical outlook, it's our first business card, you might say, when we
yeah.
advertise ourselves out there. So that you can see, depending what you like, if if women like the short or the tall guy, or more masculine, or more of different physique. So that's was a good time to start. And then we're looking um, into things that if we have anything in common, do we have anything to common to talk about? Is our background the same?
Yeah.
Um, and then we're going a little bit deeper and deeper. And of course, depending of what are we looking for. We start talking about before the show because there is Mr. Right and there is Mr. for right now.
Right.
That's big difference, and then we're going to look for different things. If women are looking for Mr. Right now, he just have to look cute, be cute, give us undivided attention, and that's what's the most important. If we want only someone for fun, or just to go out with someone and show, oh look, I'm on the arm of attractive men, but if we are looking for Mr. Right,
You're right.
then it's a little bit, we have to go deeper and invest the time into getting to know that person, getting to know if that person it will be supportive, if that person will provide security, as of emotional security or not, if there is trust and respect. That's completely going deeper. You have to really get to know that person for that. If that person is honest, if that person will be a good provider, how is the communication, how is the outlook on faithfulness, are they making time for you, how is their relationship with their family, how they treating their mother and their sisters. You can expect um, some kind of indications how this particular man will be treating a woman in his life. There is how they are with their friends. Who are those friends? Are they ambitious people? Are they successful people, or are they people who just want having fun and they don't really concentrate on the future? Do they have families? There's 10,000 different questions that you are going to ask yourself, as a woman will ask herself. And then there's a lot of questions. To get those answers takes time, right? So now, if this man that we think that this is a Mr. Right, it's willing to invest his time into allowing this woman to go deeply into relationship, like getting to know him, and that relationship will be progressing, then there's big possibility that he will be that Mr. Right. But sometimes this Mr. Right proves us that he's only Mr. Right for right now.
Okay.
So, it's depending who are you looking for. If you are on a rebound, then you're definitely looking only for Mr. for right now. If you're looking just for fun, then you're definitely looking just for a Mr. for right now. It's a big difference.
Yeah. What if you're saying to yourself, I'm not really interested. Let this thing just happen the way it's supposed to happen. There are a lot of people who think that there is a specific person just for them in the world, and sort of like a soulmate or some kind of fated romance that they're expecting to find, that has to happen a certain way. So for example, things like the apps, or finding them online, going searching. For some people, they consider that to be cheating or counterproductive. Not cheating, counterproductive, because we don't want to use the word cheating in this particular instance. There's a whole other thing going on there, but counterproductive to them finding the perfect Mr. Right. What do you think about that, Agnes?
There's no such thing as perfection.
Okay.
No such thing as perfection. Eh, to elaborate a bit about, I am an example. My relationship with my husband at the beginning, it's a perfect example of what you're just saying. At the moment when we met, we were looking for Mr. and Mrs. for right now.
Okay.
Okay. We were both scars with prior relationships. We both did not look into getting into anything serious. It was for companionship. Okay. Now we were also in more mature age than not your typical 16, 20-year old or 25-year old. Okay.
Right.
So that's different story. And life proved us wrong, that we actually found that we are destined to be together no matter what was happening. It was by surprise. We were taken both by surprise. So yes, I prior to this relationship, I did not believe in being having a soulmate or having being destined to be with someone. Life proved me wrong. So I'm happy about that. But you have to be very careful when you're looking at people, because especially women, I always keep telling young women, be very, very careful. Do not believe that you're going to change that person, because I see that constantly. He's going to love me so much that he's going to change. Instead, taking them the way they are and accepting them the way they are. Do not expect anything more, because you're going to be disappointed if you cannot deal with the person the way they are, the way you see them. Don't expect miracles. They might come. There might be a miracle that will be fantastic thing for everybody, but very rarely happens.
Mhm.
Very rarely that you will find in a person that, okay, well, I like them, let's go have fun, let's go to movies, let's go to dinner, so you are not lonely and all that. And then you're finding more and more and more. Maybe that happens because you're not stressing yourself as of that this person has to be the person. I have to make him into the person that I want him to be. It's not fair to a person that you are with. Because really young women will ask the question like, am I right for him? Am I the right partner? Am I giving him what he needs? Usually is what I want, what I can get. The young, silly selfishness that comes with youth, you know, which is okay when you're in your 20s, but you should know by now, read more and hear from others, from your mothers, from your aunties, from your friends, to know that life is a little bit more than that. Because can you imagine if actually a man is so involved and invested in the beauty of a lady, of a young lady, her hair, her body, her smile, that he will think, oh, I'm gonna be anything you want me to be. They get married and then he feels oppressed. Then the pressure of fantasy start bringing him down. At certain point he will rebel, because we are just humans and we have patience until a certain point that we can be pressed upon before we're going to stand up and say enough, it's enough. So that's when problems are starting, and that's when divorce will come knocking to the door, because you have to watch what you want, you have to watch who you are with. Your partner either will make you a better person or will bring the worst out of you. So looking for
Okay.
Mr. Right, trying to look for that person who's going to make you a better person. So maybe that right person in your life will make you realize that maybe my expectations are a little bit too high. Maybe I'm expecting him to be somebody else, and is it that right to him? that I want
Hmm.
him to turn inside out to become that person just to fit my needs and my life. Maybe I need to give something to him as well. Maybe I have to start looking at life different way. If he's willing to give me something, more of his time, if he's attentive to me, maybe I should reciprocate. Not always those questions passes through our mind at the beginning of the relationship, right?
That's very interesting that it doesn't. I mean, I would think, but you're right. Yeah, I mean, I guess that has to be what happens why people break up after a month, 2 months, 3 months. They just realize that this person is not for them. Or I have had a conversation once where a person said to us, "Hey, which one of you thinks the other is a catch?" And the other person puts their hand up, and you're like, "Oh, okay." So the idea then is to say, okay, so that person thinks they can do less in the relationship because they are somehow superior in some sort of way. And so I guess it is possible that that does happen quite often. But uh, uh, I guess my problem is, what do you do? Huh? What do you do if you feel as though you should both be contributing and this other person just is not? So what do you do? Just break it
Well,
off, just get out of there?
well, absolutely. Uh, uh, Obviously, that's not the right person. This
Yeah,
is
it's
not
not
for
the
Mr.
right.
Right. That's not Mrs. Right.
Right.
But let's start from the beginning. What is defined by Mr. Right
Uh,
as Mr. Right?
okay, so first of all, like you said, you're looking, number one, you want to make sure you are physically attracted to this person. Now, there's the interesting thing is, after years, many, many, many years, sometimes that can go away. But in the beginning, it's always important, right? Because
No, no, no,
there has
no.
to be that there.
Doesn't sometimes go away. Looks always go away.
Always go away.
With
No,
age,
I've seen.
always go away. That's the whole thing. And see, it's important that Mr.
I don't know.
You're laughing.
Brad
They
Pitt.
always go
Brad
away.
Pitt's looks. Brad Pitt's looks seem to still be there. I don't know.
Sorry, it's not the same what was 20 years ago. We don't look the same way
Yeah,
as
but
20 years ago. That
he's
always goes away.
aged like fine wine, right?
But
And the same with
hold on. What doesn't go away is the way your partner look at you.
I don't
Because
know.
when the partner look at you, even 20 years from now,
Yeah.
they're not gonna see uh, an old person with wrinkles, with diminished light in their eyes, with your neck going, hanging and all that. They're not gonna see that. They're gonna look at your eyes and they're gonna remember who they fall in love with. They're gonna see that same person that they fall in love with little wrinkles as marks from laughter that you shared together, or the tears that you shared together. That's why you see old people in their 80s walking holding hands together, and they're looking at each other, they're smiling. They
Yeah.
don't
So
see
you
their wrinkled person. That's not what about looks always go away. Don't think that, oh
so
no, there's no amount of
you're
Botox
saying the
and
looks are
fillers.
just the hook,
Look is just a look for the beginning. Looks are working only to a certain
just the
extent.
hook to get you
Ryan,
in. Because you would think, you would think that Jennifer Lopez, as beautiful as she is, would at least find somebody to stay with by now, right? That is an amazingly beautiful woman. But for
Ryan,
whatever reason, some of the other reasons, if it was just looks alone, right?
Ryan.
But no, it doesn't
When
work.
I was looking for Mr. Right, okay,
Yes.
it wasn't just because people looking at different things for Mr. Right at different age. But no matter how beautiful the person will be, doesn't matter how handsome my husband is if he would not be there for me in a time when I need him emotionally, to support me emotionally, if he would be here only as a decoration purpose in my house, this marriage would not survive. The same for a
Okay.
man. When he is only with a woman for her looks, let me tell you, when she started bothering him, arguing with him, demanding more money and everything, he won't see her beauty. In 6 months, he's gonna see a woman who is always bitching and moaning, and her beauty won't matter. Beauty is just temporary.
Yeah.
So that's nothing. See, Mr.
Got to
Right
get
is a
rid of
man.
that. That
Yeah, it's a
that
man
that.
who would make a perfect husband. So
Go
women
ahead. Tell
usually,
me.
yeah, women usually look for that perfect person that would make a perfect husband, which is again, will show interest in them, in their family, in their friends. Remember details about them, what they like, what they don't like. Um, can you imagine bringing to a woman roses when she loves daisies? That would be a big no-no. No. So from the beginning, you can see if this is the person for you. Having similar goals and values.
It
That's a
was thought. Yeah, I've always thought it was the reason for that.
yes. So having similar values and goals, where the couple can go together in life. Do you have the same plans for life? Do you want to have children? If he doesn't have any interest in having children, then definitely, this is not the right person for you. Um, how he gets along with the family. If the person's not going to get along with your family, then listen, that's going to create problems. That's going to be a problem for every holiday. It's going to be problem for any family trips, for visiting, and for the future. So this is not the right person if from the very beginning you're showing that there will be difficult times spending time together. Can you communicate with that person? uh, if you don't have similar ways of communicating, if you're speaking, you might say almost a different language. I'm saying different language. You can speak the same language, but you will express yourself in different ways. That's going to um, simply show a lot of difficulties for the future if there is lack of understanding. Also, are they willing to be faithful, or they think that maybe being in a relationship with one person, it's not going to satisfy them? What you going to do then? Would you like to share your significant other with somebody else?
No sharing, baby. Well, and I'm saying that, right? But there are other people who are willing to share. There are other people who are like, okay, that's okay with me as long as I have a roof over my head, as long as we are all supportive of one another. Many people in different religions are happy with that. They're great with that. Or just alternative lifestyles. Technically, a pimp is in a relationship with as many women as he has in the stable, right? And then, like, if you're, say, a Mormon or a Muslim, or even just certain parts of Africa, I understand, if you are able to pay for whatever it is, then you can go ahead and do that. All right. So, what really are the factors then, Agnes? You've got to be in the beginning. You need to be physically attracted. You're also looking for emotionally, like someone who's kind to you and nice to you and who has emotional intelligence. And then, to an extent, you want someone who's going to be able to take you out to dinner every now and then, right? So that finances, right? And
Yes,
then,
you show that he might be a provider, that he is
My,
taking responsibility for that.
okay.
If he wants to have children in the future, that should be addressed from the beginning, what type of family he's looking for. It's very important. Physical and mental well-being is important to him. Does he know how to take breaks, how to knows how to have fun, what type of fun that he likes to have, how he is with, if he's interested in getting to know your family and your friends, he has enough time to actually spend with you and get to know you. That's the very beginning. That's the very beginning. You need to address all that to find out where are we. Is this is a person that actually I'm considering to invest more time? Because for everything that we address, this is not possible to find out in few months. It's not possibility.
No, not it. Right.
Yes, you need to get more deeper um, with conversations. And this is not conversation like, oh, hi, um, I'm Agnes. How do you do? Oh, this is great. Yes, this is lovely, a lovely place. So, how many children do you think you're gonna have? You know, or how is your bank account look like? How many zeros do we're talking about? Do you have 401k? This is not, those type of uh, conversations. They need to
No,
have right setting, and you need to
this is
trust the person to give the right, to give honest answers. Because if you don't trust the person, like I would never tell anyone, the right answers. Like, excuse me, what? You know what? I'm unemployed right now, as of today. Yes. So,
this, it's what you say when you want to get away from someone. You know, I would like to have 16 children at minimum. If you can't provide them, then let's see if we can get a secondary or a tertiary person who can also help with that. Um, how about we live somewhere in the bush? I think it would be very difficult for everybody to right away know what everybody wants and figure it out. So, are there things that they should definitely look for? But then also, if you're looking for Mr. Right, what are the signals that you should put out or not put out in order to find Mr. Right? So, personally, I think if we move a little too fast and we get Mr. Right now, and Mr. like you said, sometimes Mr. Right now can turn into Mr. Right. But a lot of times, if you're getting into Mr. Right now right away, you might just have spoiled your chance with Mr. Right. Because personally, if I felt like the very first time I saw you, you were able to right now me, right here and now me, I might think, oh, this is not necessarily, because how many other persons has she done that with, right? You might think that. So, what are the signals that
right.
you always think I'm joking? What are the signals that she should put out?
I'm sorry, but like I understand that that will be important when you are in your early 20s, but not when you are in your
Okay,
50s. I do believe that women might want to act a little bit faster, not at the
more
first,
demure.
not at the first date, not at the first date, but they might act a little bit faster just because they don't have a lot of time left to establish, like they want to jump into something, and maybe if they other women know what they want, let's put this way. Okay, they might choose you
Okay,
right
that's
away. You are my Mr. Right, and that's it. You have no place to go. You have to be that Mr. Right for her.
right. It's done.
Excuse me, you forgot your title. Mr. Right.
Yeah,
But yeah, I get it.
I
Not on the
have the
first
syrup
date.
in my handbag right now. Let's get busy. It's not what we want.
Oh my God. You should be giving those signals like, okay, I'm looking for getting to know you verbally for 3 months, and after that, we'll see where
Right,
we will go. Okay, so this way she
right,
doesn't have to feel rejected. That's another thing.
right, right.
But I always
So
see like,
technically, what you're saying is, I gotta text you back and forth for a little while, so we get to know one another before I invite you over to the house. That's all it is.
You're just like my husband. Honestly, that's the way he was. He needed
What
more time.
do you mean?
That's what he needed, more time for talking, more time than anybody else. And it took him a little time before he came over. He took his time. He really took his time getting to know me,
Yeah.
although we were just we made clear, both of us, that we're going to be just for right now. That this is a companionship, not
Okay.
we're not looking for anybody to get married. So he definitely took his time.
Okay.
Not exactly that I was very happy at the time of that, but he actually taught me. I have to give him the credit for that. He taught me how to be patient, and he taught me how to be more understanding. And you have to appreciate certain things. That doesn't mean that when a person does show different things that we are looking for, don't reject that person right away, because you might, like in my case, I benefited from that. He taught me things that I never thought that I will be
Yeah.
that way. Like patience was not my forte at the time, or I was not very understanding. I knew what I wanted, and I was not exactly open to getting to know what my
Waiting.
person will want from me. That was not as important. So he taught me a lot this way. Um, and that's the relationship where you actually making you better as a person. That's a beautiful thing. If you are meeting that Mr. Right, who is not just indulging you, it's not just
Right.
indulging his partner, but he's actually contributing in such an unexpected way to the whole relationship, that he is bringing what's inside that person that is hidden, and there are good attributes to the person character. That's the beauty. And there are relationships where it's like, okay, I didn't know that I can fight you with my knife and fork, or that I can get up in the morning and start cursing you out, or start arguing with you. There are relationships like that as well. They're not the relationship that you want to. If that's happening, please walk away. Walk away. That's not good.
Well, see, you're saying that, but it sounds to me like you learned something new from what he was teaching you. And maybe there are other people. I just finished watching Sons of Anarchy. I don't know if you know what that show is.
I
It's
saw that.
basically a family, a family of criminals. And while for the most part, they are, I mean, ridiculously loyal to one another and careful about what it is, and you can't mess with them. They're going to take care of your family. But there are fights, and there are manipulations, and there are sometimes things that you just don't. So I think it's very interesting that you're saying to me, this is what I wanted, but I was taught something else. You're saying he raised your level of expectation, and you were like, oh, I actually appreciate that. You were ready to take the car for the test ride right away, and he was like, no, 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 let's walk around the showroom just a little bit longer to make sure that this is
Pretty
what we
much,
like,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yes. So
Wow,
you learn
wow,
something
wow,
new
wow.
about them. Yes. Yes. But very
Wow,
beginning,
that's
very
great.
beginning to start the conversation beyond the look, the beyond the physical look. You have to have find something in common, and that's how you're establishing you see right there if the communication level is the same, if you guys speak the same language. Because I was saying that before, that communicating, speaking, the same language, let's say English or Swedish or whatever, but it's not about that. It's about
No,
expressing yourself. I can say one sentence, you can
right.
say another, but to somebody else it will be like we speak about two different things. Do we express ourselves the same way? Do we look at life the same way? Do we have the same values? Very first conversation you can lead to find those things out. If there's like, oh no, yeah, this, if the man will tell you, I cannot see you this weekend because my family has a get together and I have to go there. I'm not going to blow this off. What that tells you.
Says the family is very important to him, and when he makes a commitment, keeps it.
Exactly.
Or he's got another girl on the side, and you are not worth his time. But more than likely, hopefully, if he's telling you the truth, and you should always take people at their word, then it then sounds like it's the first one. Okay.
Yes.
But if it's the second one, just follow him around, get his phone, check it in, see what's going on there. And now you can go fight in the hallway or whatever. That's a whole type of
That's another
relationship.
story.
But yeah,
That's
yeah. The idea should be, yeah, it's a person who commits. It's a person who's very serious about his commitments, and his family is very important to him. And so
yes.
when he eventually does connect you with his family, you better behave yourself too, because it means that he thinks you're important enough to be brought over to them. You don't want to
Absolutely.
bring, in Jamaica, we would say, we don't want to bring no tegger egg home to a mother. You don't want that. You want the person who your brother isn't going to tease you about. Your mother is not going to hiss her teeth. I want to do that, girl. And your cousins are not going to be like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with Ryan? We've got to hook you up with it. And that becomes a whole other thing, because now you're seeing all sorts of people you really would prefer not to see. Oh, let me get you a church girl. And then they're not looking at how she physically looks. Now they're looking at
It's a
her
lot
mileage.
more. It's a lot more to life than just physical look.
Yeah,
I'm not
absolutely.
saying let yourself go. I'm not saying
No,
stop taking care of yourself and all that. But by choosing Mr. Right, that's what we're concentrating on right now.
yeah,
It doesn't mean that only those tall, masculine guys with the square jaw and then 5 o'clock shadow and all that this is it. Because sometimes this shy guy that is standing in a corner can offer a lot more, only if you take your time to get to know him, than this person who walks in and feeling like he demands the whole room's attention, that will be it. Majority of times he's not. He is good for right now, sometimes only for one evening, and you don't want to repeat that mistake following day. So
right.
everything is great. Everything is fantastic. Everyone wants different things in a person, but there is a basic do's and don'ts, that if you are looking really for that husband material, it's a lot more expectations, a lot more into the person, to get to know them, to see if simple things you're looking for in a husband: for honesty, for providing, for emotional support, for well-being support, the same values in life, you know simple things.
Fantastic.
And if you are seeing that he's doing that, then you give him more respect, then you trust him. And that's a pillar of the relationship right there.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I hear you.
girls,
Sometimes I'm telling you, I think you're a weirdo because you're not exactly what what
I am.
every.
I'm admitting to it. I'm admitting to it.
Yeah, you might be. You might be in the minority, but it's a good minority. It is the minority to be in, and so now I got to go find someone like you. You're messing up my whole game,
I
Agnes.
have a
Is
cousin.
what it is.
I have a cousin. I have a
I
cousin.
know, but I still don't think. Probably not safe. We got to figure out exactly. So
Yeah.
in that regard, finding Mrs. Right, that will be the next episode that you guys see. We're going to go
Yes.
talking about finding Mrs. Right now. Well, not right now. Mrs. Right later, and and hopefully you can apply some of the amazing advice that Agnes is going to provide as a relationship coach and a wedding officiant. If you guys have other questions or you heard something on the show today that you would like to complain to me about, you can send that to mailbag at lovedeathandtaxes.com. We don't care. We don't have any judgment. Just send it on. We'll listen. We won't laugh at you. I promise. We just want to hear from you. Um, like and subscribe on this channel here. It's youtube.com/ at Love, Death, and Taxes. If you go and find it, all of our information is there. Agnes, you want to tell them about the new stuff that's coming out? All the new things.
Well, our first audiobook is out wherever audiobooks are available. So we are very proud that we published that. That's
Yeah.
one of a few that we are planning to come up with. This one is with concentrating on advices that people should talk about, subjects that people should talk about before they get married. So
Yes.
I invite everyone to look forward, to go and find on everywhere that the audiobooks are available. The title is So You Think You're Ready to Be Married.
Yes, right.
And we are working right now on Polish version of the same book. So
Fantastic.
yes.
I can't wait to hear my voice in Polish.
I already heard the
Okay, so
sample of it. I liked it. I liked it. Yes.
do I at least laugh? I hope I laugh. I hope I chit chat. We'll see. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to check in with us next week as we continue this particular series, Finding Mr. and Mrs. Right, Part 2, where we'll be talking about finding Mrs. Right. Okay, see you next week. Have a great time. See you later.
Bye bye.